So today we're going to do an experiment to simulate what Ernest Rutherford did to discover the structure of the atom. So before Ernest Rutherford, you learned that people thought that the atom was more like a sphere or marble, and Ernest Rutherford discovered that the atom was actually like a bunch of smaller spheres in the center of the atom, and then a lot of empty space around that nucleus where the electrons were orbiting. We already talked about a little bit about his experiment, so let me tell you about your experiment. So for our experiment, instead of shooting alpha particles, we're going to be shooting marbles. So these are going to be our projectiles. And instead of shooting them through a piece of gold foil, we're going to be shooting them under this tray, which will be called our black box. So the term black box just refers to a container that has a mystery item inside of it. So there is a mystery item underneath the tray. This isn't exactly a box because you need to be able to shoot the marbles under each side of the box. So you'll notice that there's a gap here, but please do not look under the gap. You want to figure out what the object looks like by shooting the marbles at the object and noticing how they're affected by the object. So if we follow the instructions, it tells us first to center the paper on top of the black box. So you're going to put your paper right on the center of the black box. I don't think you will need to weigh it down. I think it should stay in place. There will be a code letter at each table. This is letter A, so I'm going to put an A on my paper. You will get 2 sheets of paper so that you can record A on one side and B on the other side. You'll take the sheets of paper with you around the room, and then C on one side and D on the other side because there are 4 stations. Next, we are going to roll the marble with a moderate amount of force. So we don't want to roll it so hard that it could jump over the object. We just want to roll it hard enough that it will be sure to come out the other side or on one side of the box. You'll notice that there are meter sticks around the black box, and those meter sticks are there to help prevent all the marbles from hitting the floor because then they will be hard to find. So don't roll the marble so fast that it's jumping over the meter sticks onto the floor. If a marble, let's say, comes back towards you and rolls onto the floor, just try to find it. You'll notice that you can move the meter sticks so that you can shoot from other sides of the black box, but always keep the sides that you're not shooting from protected by the meter sticks so that the marbles don't all disappear. Okay, so I will demonstrate. I'm going to take my marbles and I'm going to start from one side of the black box. I'm just going to roll them. And that one made it all the way across. So I would draw a line on my paper to show that it makes it all the way across. And then I would move over maybe an inch or a couple of inches and I would repeat that. Okay, that one also made it all the way across. So I can draw an arrow going all the way across. I'm going to continue like that until that marble about here came out underneath that edge of the container. So I'm just going to draw a line there. I'm going to continue. That one went all the way across. So in this case, almost all the marbles went all the way across except for one. I'll show you what my paper looks like. So far, all I know, if you can see the lines there, is that one of the marbles came back not directly towards me, but at an angle. So I'm going to repeat that process from the next side. I'm going to move the meter stick to protect this side. And I'm going to shoot the marbles from the next side. The first one went all the way across, and the second one went all the way across. Ooh, the third one came directly back to me, so I'm just going to indicate that. The fourth one came out in the far corner. The fifth one went all the way across. If a marble gets trapped under the lid, just leave it there because I don't want you peeking at the object. Don't look underneath the lid or try to fish around under the lid. Just leave the marble there and we'll get it at the end. Okay. And this one went all the way across. So I'm going to continue with that process until I have rolled marbles from all 4 sides of the piece of paper or until I'm happy with my sketch. Your sketch should give you an idea of where the object is located and also a little bit about the shape of the object. So you're trying to determine, is the object, square, round, triangular, rectangular, for example? Is it in the center of the tray? Is it towards one end of the tray? Is it, for example, long and skinny or short and fat? Those types of predictions about the object. So once you finish your sketch, there's a place for you to copy. You don't have to copy all the lines, but to copy the ones that you think are most important and to sketch what you think the object looks like. And then I will give you some multiple choice options next week in class that you can use to report your results. Okay, so you're just making your best guess about the size and shape of the object based on how the marbles are either deflected or continue to travel through no peaking.